What's up, guys? Welcome back. This video is going to be a little different, as I'm going to be explaining some things such as the future of this channel, the content of what I will be putting on it, etc, etc. First off, I want to thank all of you guys who have stuck in there and continued to watch the content that I've been producing. It really means a lot to me, and it really means a lot to this channel. So long as I have this dedicated fan base, the channel can really only grow from here, and our little family can just get bigger and bigger. And eventually, it could be just this giant thing that could rival, the big competitors on YouTube right now. But, now I want to actually talk about the actual content that I've been putting up over the years. It's varied from time to time. We've had Pacific Rim mostly, but we've also had things like the Halo game for the iOS. We've also had Godzilla. We've had Rocket League. We've had Destiny. We've had all these sorts of different types, like all across the spectrum. And, with varied success. Most of it being, you have Pacific Rim all the way up there, which is like my thing. This is what made the channel. To about, kind of like my lowest stuff, like Rocket League, which people, it's a fun little game that people like, but it's just something you guys really not so much want to see, but not really interested in, it looks like. So, I'm kind of at a crossroads right now. Now, I want to be able to continue to grow this channel, to make it just as big as it possibly can get, because this is something that I enjoy, and it's something that you guys enjoy watching. So, eventually, I will want to move on to bigger and better things, which means bigger and better games, which is kind of where I'm at right here in this point in time. Pacific Rim, the game is great and all. It made my channel, of course, as I mentioned before, but it's getting old, so to speak. Not so much for me, but the game itself is getting, weathered. It's starting to show its age a lot. Now, eventually, there will come a point in time where I'm not really going to want to play it anymore. Not so to speak, but just kind of move on and play something else, just so that I don't have to constantly do that over and over again. It will eventually get boring. It's the same way with food. If you eat something over and over again for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, eventually you will get to the point where you're just sick of it and you don't want it anymore. Kind of not so much where I'm at right now, but I can see myself being there in the next couple of years or so, because I like thinking long term, and that's where my mindset is at right now. Now, there are so many new and old games that I would love to put on this channel, but I don't want to have to focus solely on either of those, because on the one hand, I don't want to really stick with what is tried and true, because eventually I will get bored of it. But I don't want to have to move on to bigger and better things right now, because if I move away from what I know is good onto something that's new, it will not be as successful, and I'll have to put in even more work to make it actually work for me. Now take, for example, the Godzilla video game that came out last July. Now, it's been marginally successful on my channel, possibly the most successful besides the Pacific Rim videos, but they pale in comparison to even the Pacific Rim videos that I'm putting out nowadays. Now, to be honest, I really just kind of want to find some kind of balance in between both. That's kind of what I think is the best option right now. Now, at the very least, I would like to find something that's similar to Pacific Rim, but not exactly it. For example, of course, Godzilla, it's had marginal success because it's similar to Pacific Rim. But of course, really what you guys want to see is Pacific Rim, which is what I've been doing more recently, is actually putting up those new videos, and you guys have seemed to enjoy them a lot, so that's what I'm going to continue to doing for the time being. Now, there are a couple of hopeful games that I'm looking at right now. There's a free game on PlayStation 4 called Air Mech Arena that actually looks really fun. It's a fast-paced strategy game where you basically fly around as a Transformer and just blow shit up. And there's also the new Transformers game that came out called Transformers Devastation, I believe, where there's a lot of customization in there where you can just basically make your Transformer look any way you want. So I think that would actually do really well in comparison to Pacific Rim, because they're kind of the same thing, so to speak, except not really so much on the scale, so to speak, because you have Transformers, which are normally like 20, 30 feet tall, and that's big and all. They're like dinosaur-sized. But Pacific Rim, you have these giant 300-foot tall monsters with fucking 300-foot tall Jaegers fighting each other for dominance over an entire city, which they could probably level given the chance. Now, I'm going to continue to be looking into this kind of stuff and looking into these games that are similar to the stuff that I have on my channel already to see if you guys will actually enjoy them. But then again, I really won't know if you guys will enjoy them until they're up on my channel. Now, And they may end up, just like Godzilla, where some of you guys, you kind of like them, kind of just more of like a medium to just waiting till that next Pacific Rim game comes out, or gameplay, so to speak. But until then, I really just won't know, so I just need to continue to produce different type of content than Pacific Rim. Now, it's not necessarily mean you're going to be missing out, so to speak, or not really missing out, more of just an absence, so to speak. More of just I will be trying to put that while simultaneously trying to put up different stuff. Now it's going to be a lot more work on my part to actually get that done, which of course is going to be, seemingly monumental with, work and everything. But I will try to make it work because I really want this to be actually something really special. If any of you guys have any ideas as to what new content I could put up, as well as any ideas to maintain, the careful balance I just described, quote unquote careful, or any kind of criticism, so to speak, it would be happily appreciated, honestly, because any criticism is good criticism. I can build off of that. I really just kind of need ideas from you guys, really. It's kind of why I'm really making this video. I would like to know your guys' input as to what I should be going from here on in. Now, I would love for this channel to be even bigger, of course, like I've said before. God forbid, make it go even as far as to make a living off of it. But honestly, something like that will take time and a lot of effort on my part to make it something such as that. Now, that's all I'm really going to talk about for this video. I might make more of these, to be honest, I'm not really sure, but that's all of that for right now. Like if you liked it, and share it with your friends. And I hope you guys enjoy the rest of the content that I put out.
PlayStation